Let me take it once more. The novel is set against the backdrop of Nigeria's ongoing terrorism tensions. It tells the story of two powerful men, Chief Donald Amechi and world-acclaimed televangelist Chris Chuba, both members of an internationally renowned cult, the Sacred Order of the Universal Forces. The next novel is Making Wolf by Trey Thompson. It's a gritty thriller set in modern-day Nigeria. In Western Kogi, a police officer in a supermarket in London returns to his home in West Africa for his aunt's funeral. So after catching up with his family, his ex-girlfriend Nana, an old schoolmate, over good food and plenty of beer, seems like a bit of harmless hyperbole to tell people he works as an homicide detective. You know how you go to your old neighborhood, or you visit your village and you're catching up with the locals, with people that you've known for years and all that. Sometimes people tend to get carried away, divulge information that should not be out there. This is the case. But when he is kidnapped by separate rebel factions to investigate the murder of a local hero, Papa Busi, Western soon finds out that solving the crime may tip the country into civil war. A very dark novel set in the blazing sunlight of the tropics. Making Wolf is an outrageous, frightening, violent, and sometimes a surreal homecoming experience of a lifetime. Not the kind of homecoming experience you'd want to get typically when you're just visiting after years, especially living abroad and all, but it's a must read, and I'm sure you would have a great read with this particular one. The next one is Light Seekers by Femi Kayode. Light Seekers by Femi Kayode. It tells the story of Dr. Philip Taiwo, who got called on by a powerful Nigerian politician to investigate the public torture and the murder of 3 students in remote Port Harcourt. He has no idea he's about to be enveloped in a perilous case that is far from cold. This particular story reminds me of the Alu 4, the Alu 5 story. Those young men that were set ablaze. It reminded me of that story a lot. I remember back then when that issue happened, I saw it on a particular blog, and at night I would have restless and sleepless nights because I watched the videos, I saw how they were tortured and all that, and it would give me nightmares. I tell you, that's why I hate seeing things like that. When I just see it, I quickly just scroll past or not even read it at all, because it really, really, really bothers me. So Philip is not a detective, he is an investigative psychologist, an academic more interested in figuring out why of a crime than actually solving the crime. But when he steps off the plane into the dizzying frenzy of the provincial airport, he soon realizes that the murder of the Okriki 3 isn't as straightforward as he thought. So with the help of his loyal and streetwise personal driver Chika, Philip must work against those actively conspiring against him to pass together the truth of what happened with these students. And it also reminded me of the journalist in King of Boys 2, played by Efa Iwara, one of my favorite actor at the moment. Even though his efforts towards unraveling Eniola Salami fell to dead ears. So unfortunate. An amazing young man, and he did a great investigative work, but I think he got so engrossed in it that he lost himself, and he lost the story, and he lost the opportunity to even tell that story as well. And in partnering with the wrong people again led him to fail woefully. Yes, he allowed himself to be used. Let me not talk about King of Boys. Tomorrow we'll talk about it on we'll talk about it on our web series segment. This particular novel is a thrilling and atmospheric mystery, an unforgettable portrait of the contemporary Nigerian socio-political landscape. Light Seekers is a wrenching novel tackling the porousness between the first and third worlds, the enduring threat of tribalism and homeland identity, and the human need for connection in the face of isolation. So this is a must-read, fantastic literary work. Next is Red Ink by Angel McHolwa. Red Ink by Angel Makowa. It tells the story of when Dr. Okay, no, pardon me. The next one is Wife of Gods by Kwe Karte. It tells the story of Detective Dako Dawson, who is both a family man and a ruthless police officer with lingering anger issues when an AIDS relief worker is murdered in Accra, Ghana. Detective Dako is called upon to solve the murder. His investigation reveals high-level police corruption, multiple suspects, and a string of events that unearth a connection to his mother who disappeared when he was just a boy. So that tells you that most of the novels that I'm sharing today are crime thrillers. I've shared more crime thrillers, I think 2 weeks back, yes, 2 weeks ago. So you can refer back to that video on our Facebook page. It's www.facebook.com/BroadstreetRadioNG. So Wife of Gods by Kwe Karte is a must read for everyone. Welcome to Lagos by Chibundu Onuzo. I've shared this novel over and over, but I just feel the need to, keep sharing it. Continuously share it because I want you to go out there and read this novel. You would have a fantastic time reading it. I promise you, a very, very fantastic time reading it. So, Army Officer Chike Amiobi abandons his post after being ordered to kill innocent civilians. He is then drawn into the heart of a political scandal involving Nigeria's education minister. Chike becomes the leader of a band of misfits and runaways who are searching for a different kind of life. Among them is Fine Boy, a fighter with a rebel group hoping to become a radio DJ. DJ Isoke, a 16-year-old girl whose father may have been killed by rebels, and Oma escaping a wealthy and abusive husband. So those are my literary picks for the week. Let's get out there, read more, enrich our minds. Yes, our authors and writers are telling beautiful, beautiful stories through our own lens, from our own perspective, but not sparing every option that they really need to explore. Yes, the narrative has gone beyond just writing about marriage and all, but capturing the modern African society, looking at organized crime, life in Lagos, family life, telling stories about fantasy. So many amazing stories out there. So I'd encourage you to go check out some of these novels. More to come for you on the Afternoon Business Show. It's still your number one business radio.
Exclusive from madniger.com.